everyone, and welcome to my Download Festival tips and tricks video. In this video I'm going to share tips, tricks and what I've learned over the years attending festivals myself. So I'm going to go over items such as camping essentials, sleeping gear, clothing, food, drink, toiletries and other tips. So we're only 4 weeks away from download now, and I've already started packing. I have used the checklist I used last year, although I've added a few bits onto it for this year because I am camping in an RIP. So I won't need to worry about the weight and how I'm going to cart my stuff to the campsite because I'm essentially parking next to my tent this year. So I've got my trusty list. I have everything spread out on the bed and I go through this list ticking off one by one, and then I sort out packing it in a bag afterwards.
If you haven't seen it already, I did a video of myself putting up the Sendero 4 tent. Go check it out, give me a thumbs up and subscribe.
Now, first things you'll want to do is pitch your tent, and you will need a mallet. Another item to take is a pack of spare tent pegs. They will definitely come in handy because the ones you're supplied with your tent is never enough and they always bend. You're bound to find a rock in the ground. Now onto the sleeping essentials. You are going to want a sleeping bag. So this one is by Outwell. I've had it for a very long time. Some sleeping bags are rated with a TOG rating, but this one has a temperature rating -9 to +20. You're going to want to sleep on a decent bed, so I would suggest getting a single air bed. I use an electric pump to pump it up, but you can get foot pumps, or if you go to Fat Frank's they might just blow it up for you. It might cost you a couple of quid or something. My first ever festival I slept on a roll mat, but I will never do that again. I also like to take a real pillow with me, so one of these hollow fibre. You know, no matter how warm it's been during the day, you are going to want layers during the night. And bring a blanket. This is only a thin blanket, but layers is your best friend. And then you've got to think about what you're going to wear to bed. So I wear my onesie. It's lovely fleece lined inside. Yeah, it's long sleeved, long legged, and that underneath this I also wear a long sleeve top and a pair of jogging bottoms, and I also wear a pair of fluffy socks. You might, depending on how cold it is, you might want 2 pairs. I always bring extra socks just in case. And a tent lamp. Believe it or not, it gets dark at night. You're going to want to see what you're doing. And yeah, this one's a rechargeable one.
And it also has a port where you can charge a mobile phone or something else in. This is very handy because it has a hook. You can hang it from your tent. You can change the lighting level to bright or dimmer or party mode. This lasted me the whole festival last year. I only needed one, and you've always got your phone torch.
So there are loads of ways you can take care of your feet at download. One way is to wear a good pair of socks. This prevents rubbing, causing blisters on your feet, and also a pair of memory foam insoles. Last year I got blisters on the very first day. I wasn't prepared, but I did have blister plasters with me and I used them and I was fine for the whole festival, although you want to take preventative action before that happens. After all, you're going to be on your feet all day, walking so many thousand steps. At least you can do is help yourself a little bit. And if you're not going to have showers at download, you can at least get yourself a pack of baby wipes. This can pretty much clean everywhere. Another essential item I like to take with me is pocket tissues. So these are very handy for keeping one on you at all times, just in case the portaloos run out of toilet roll. Or if you want to be old school, bring your own proper loo roll. It's a bit bulky. This isn't something I've packed before, but I would recommend bringing a small dustpan and brush. On the years where it's really dry, you can cart in dry grass, even mud. When it dries up, you just want something to sweep it up with. I would also recommend buying yourself a water carrier. You can pick these up in Poundland. Just having one of these filled up in your tent, you know, you can have access to water whenever you want. You can boil the water for hot drinks in the morning. Check the weather forecast before you go. If it's anything like last year, it was very hot. You're gonna want to get yourself a hat. Something with a peak so it protects your eyes, and a pair of sunglasses. Sun cream is also a given. Something extra, get yourself a fan, or you can get yourself a battery powered fan. Or if it's going to be a wet one this year, bring yourself a pair of wellies. It's always recommended to bring yourself a poncho. It's very compact, it won't take up much room, doesn't weigh much, and you'll thank yourself for packing it. Now we get onto the cooking essentials. Some people choose not to bring that with them and they just buy from the food vendors there. But some people choose to bring hexi stoves and you use solid fuel blocks with that. Some people bring trangias. You can't take gas stoves in. You will need something to light the solid fuel blocks. So bring yourself not just a lighter, but one with an extended reach. And then you'll need something to boil your water or cook your food in. Reusable cutlery. This comes in a portable carry case. You get the 3. Although these are plastic, you can get yourself metal ones. They just clip in. Disconnect them. If you like your coffee in the morning, bring yourself a non-breakable mug. Other things I like to bring with me is a reusable cup. So you can take this into the arena with you instead of those paper cups. I've also got a small one just in case I want a smaller drink. I usually take a loaf of bread with me and a jar of peanut butter, and to store those sandwiches I take sandwich bags. Sandwich bags also come in handy for keeping your valuables dry. It's in a Ziploc, so food and drink. So as I said before, I like to bring a jar of peanut butter with me so I can make peanut butter sandwiches, just so I have one in my bag in case I get peckish. Remember, these need to be plastic jars, not glass. You're not allowed glass at download, so I decant my spirits into these handy pouches. You can get a funnel and you just fill it up, and it has a reusable cap. So these can be reused again and again. Just wash it out. Cap can go on, and it's non-spill. I got these from Amazon. Around the campsite, I like to have a can of mixer. I've got my pack of Brewdog. I've also got a pack of Capri Sun. This is just for in the morning when you just want that hit of refreshment.
This year I'm taking a cool box with me. As you can see behind, it's one of the rigid plastic ones. I am planning to get a bag of ice from the co-op to keep my beer chilled, because the beer I've got this year is IPA and it's not good warm. As well as taking a reusable bottle with you into the arena, you are also allowed to take a sealed bottle of like I'm bringing Lucozade, but you could take fizzy drink, as long as it's under 500 ml and it's sealed, and you'll be able to take that in.
For my morning hot drink, I choose to use these sachets. They're just very convenient. It's an all-in-one sachet. A few snacks I personally like to take with me is dried fruit. This is just dried mango. It's just my sweet craving. A box of protein bars. I also like to take a pack of nuts with me. Dry roasted is my go-to. And again, for your sweet tooth, I like to bring a packet of sweets with me. After a heavy day of drinking, you'll want to rehydrate, and the easy way is to get these rehydration tablets. Add these to some water and drink it. It'll replenish your electrolytes. This one has vitamin C and zinc, orange flavour. You can pick them up in all supermarkets. There is a co-op on site, so if you want to go shopping there, remember to bring your reusable bags with you. People are always asking, what's the best power bank? And for me, that is the Anker 20,000 mAh sized power bank. And whatever cable connects to your phone to charge it. I also have a smartwatch, so I have this charging adapter for it. So there's a rule about the size of bag you can take into the arena. I've just got this small crossbody bag. It fits pretty much everything I need in it. Pocket tissues, power bank, sun cream, a pack of plasters, antiseptic wipes, a compact and hairbrush all in one, hand sanitizer, SPF lip balm, chewing gum. In addition to the boots or whatever shoes you're taking to wear, I'd also recommend bringing a pair of Crocs or flip-flops just for wearing around the campsite, because they're easy to just slip on in the morning. If you've got walking boots like me, the laces doing them up, you just want to slip into something. There are showers at Download, so bring your towel along, as well as bringing your towel. You can bring a change robe. I've got this hooded one. It's just handy to sling on after you've showered, walk back to your camp, and then you can get dressed in your tent. As well as your essentials, you're going to want your toiletries, makeup, jewellery, accessories, clothing. Now, I'm not going to go through toiletries with you because we all have our own different preferences, but one thing I'd suggest is getting the miniature ones. It saves a lot of space and weight.
I'd also recommend bringing gaffer tape. Now, what I've done here is I've wrapped an old credit card with gaffer tape. You just unwrap what you need, rip it off. It doesn't take up much space, as you can see. Now, I know you're thinking, everyone will have the same tent as me, a Sendero 4. After all, it is the Download tent. And there are ways you can identify your tent. So I've got this colourful bunting. Some people put flags over their tent, fairy lights. There are ways you can make it stand out from the rest. I would also recommend using What 3 Words to find your tent. It's an app, just download it and then mark your location and you'll find your tent.
Most festivals have a policy of leave no trace, so bring a bin bag with you, clear up your rubbish and leave the bin bag at a designated bin. If everyone brought one, the whole place would be a lot cleaner. Other things I haven't mentioned in this video yet is camp chair, picnic mat, eye mask and earplugs, a torch, your festival ticket, a Bluetooth speaker for listening to music around the campsite, other medication such as paracetamol, Gaviscon, Imodium and any other personal medication you might take, a reusable drinks bottle, waterproofs, trousers, coat, you might need them, pack clothes for all weathers, warm weather, cold weather, wet, you name it. We're bound to get all seasons.
Now I'm going to share some other tips and tricks with you that are not related to what you should pack. so don't get a one-man tent for one person. You need to consider space for yourself as well as your gear. Make multiple trips to your campsite. Don't do everything in one go.
I've seen people using wheelbarrows and other trolleys which are on 2 wheels, and I would advise against that. Try and look for a trolley with 4 wheels that you can pull along. The weight will be taken by most of the trolley. Obviously, you do have hills, you do have rocky, bumpy surfaces, which you will have to put effort in pulling the trolley along. Although it's going to be so much easier than a 2-wheeler, believe me.
I was thinking of doing a video on what outfits I'm going to wear at Download. So if you're interested in seeing that, click subscribe and you'll be notified of any uploads in the future.
So that concludes my video for Download Festival camping tips and tricks. Thanks for watching, and I hope you hit subscribe and give me a like.